when he was recruiting his own games. All right, welcome back in. You almost got a bit of a in-between discussion there. This segment brought to you by Safety Systems. SafetySystems.com is the website. How would you like to be able to check your home right from your smartphone, tablet, or computer? Turn the lights on and off. Use cameras to make sure everything is A-OK when you're away. Safety Systems can get you set. Give J.J. Surlis, former VFL. You wouldn't be a former Vol for life. You're just a VFL. J.J. Surlis, give him a call. Safety Systems. All right, with Mike Strange, Mark Pancratz, Chuck Cavaleras over at the board right there. 6 topics on the board. I want you guys to rank the top 3 in terms of importance for Tennessee to maximize, to exceed their expectations. And before we get into it, I'm listing defense and forcing turnovers as 2 different things. In my mind, field goal percentage, that kind of defense, I think these guys are going to have to add height, and I don't think they can do that this year. Forcing turnovers, for a team that needs to have turnovers, they are only averaging +1 in the turnover column per game. I think they can do better. I think they have to do better. So what is most important on that board to exceed expectations?
I think Mark and I might disagree. I'm going defense, not the forcing turnovers part, just the defense. Teams are scoring a lot of points on Tennessee and taking advantage of them.
Do you think they can improve that defense? That should also weigh into it.
I think you can, because defense is a effort, motivation, and it's an effort thing, really. And I think you can.
Okay. Mark Pancratz.
I actually go between 2 offensive things, ball handling and shooting. Right now we're shooting 28% from 3. I think that's one thing that we can do really well. We've shown it at times. And I think if we shoot the ball a little bit better versus Auburn, we can win that game. And so I think that the one area that we can improve on that would have an impact on our game, I think shooting.
All right, we got a shooter, we got defense. What are you doing, Chuck? It's your call.
I think I'm going to go with defense because you scored 88 points yesterday and you lost the game. And I think that's on Rick Barnes' system. I think it does start with defense. So I'm going to give this the number 1.
See, I think Rick Barnes has even said we got to score 1,000 points because with the size, we're not going to improve. I just don't see this team being good defensively with its size. But that's a good debate. All right. So number 2, does everybody agree shooting?
I'll go with Mark on shooting for number 2. Yeah.
Okay, shooting goes to number 2. What's the third most? And you're already let's run through these: rebounding, forcing turnovers, ball handling, and young guys develop. Which you're actually starting to see some of those guys get a little better and better as they're. I mean, Admiral Schofield has impressed a lot of people.
I'm going to go with young guys develop for my other thing because, Admiral, he's had 3 really good SEC games, and you saw Shambari Phillips have a good game yesterday. So I'm going to go with young guys develop. And you hope Kyle Alexander will get on that train too.
My other thing would be ball handling. Especially I think if you're going to be playing 5 guards, there's no excuse to have 18 turnovers. And I think that we saw yesterday the lack of ball handling or struggles with ball handling affected our defense. And so a close third would be that the young guys, but I would go ball handling.
Okay, we got ball handling, young guys develop. What are you going with, Chuck?
I'm going to go with this because too many of Tennessee's turnovers have led to easy baskets for the other team. I feel good about the way the young guys are developing. I think you have that. I think this is what is really hurting you big time right now.
There you go. Defense, shooting, ball handling. I would go rebounding, forcing turnovers, and young guys develop. That's good. That's good. All right. Mark, we'll see you in our overtime segment. If you've got basketball questions, tweet them to us. We'll get them in our online segment a little later this afternoon. When we come back, Larry Scott, more changes to come possibly. What about one guy making so much money? Is there going to be jealousy on the staff? A lot of football questions up next. Come on back.